Well, this came in as a breaking news yesterday, and the most interesting part is the time it came. I was even asleep by then. I was even asleep, but there are media outlets out there who doesn't sleep like I sleep. It's funny, but at least after a long day of working, you just have to, have some rest at some point. So it was necessary, but it pains me I didn't hear this early because me, I could have brought the update as early as possible. This is Mr. Marvel Sports here. We talk about major football analysis. Make sure you like, subscribe, you put us on post notifications so when you drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. And let's not forget, we talk about transfers, every possible transfer you want to know this summer. Here is your last stop. Barcelona has made an offer for Karim Adeyemi, and this is shocking. I think right now Barca are adapting a way of or a strategy of doing transfers. It comes all of a sudden. Remember the whole Anthony Gordon deal, how it came. Barcelona just started from spreading the rumor about Anthony Gordon to agreeing personal terms with Anthony Gordon to a club-to-club talk with Newcastle, and all of a sudden submitting a bid to Newcastle accepting the transfer, and they announcing it. It was as quick as possible. So Barca is adapting a strategy of doing their transfers, and it's really interesting to see that. Really, really interesting. As a fan of Barcelona, I think it's very good because at first, Barca was dragging every possible transfer. It would be like we were talking to the club, it wasn't successful, and Barca is interested by the player, his demand is very high. But right now, Barca do negotiation as quick as possible. They try to agree personal terms with the player, and at the end of the day, they agree personal terms with the club, and after that, they submit a bid, the club accepts, and the player becomes theirs. I think it's very simple. The only transfer they are suffering to do is Julian Alvarez because of the position of Enrique Lorenzo, Angel Guilmarin, and also the Apollo group. They are making it very difficult for Club FC Barcelona. But this is the whole story about the Karim Adeyemi deal. Adeyemi really wants Barcelona because I remember in 2021 he was being interviewed about Barcelona, and he said it's a big club, it's a possibility. When there is a chance to switch club, he will think about that possibility. So he has really valued Barcelona from the onset. And let's not forget, he's a Flick boy. Flick used him in the German national team. Those times he was the German national team coach. So I think it's a main request from Hansi Flick. And Barca has agreed personal terms with Karim Adeyemi. So they are in a club-to-club talk with Borussia Dortmund as a club to agree on a fee. Let's not forget, it has left with only 1 year on the Karim Adeyemi contract. So the amount of money is not going to be exorbitant. It's going to be a reasonable fee for Karim Adeyemi, and he will join Barcelona. That's one thing that is going on right now. But the statistics of Karim Adeyemi will bust your mind. Last season, in all competition, he scored 10 goals and he made 6 assists, so 16 goal contributions in the last season. These are not numbers you say is, overwhelming numbers or something. But I think Hansi Flick wants something in his Barcelona team next season. He wants his Barcelona team to be explosive as possible. He wants his Barcelona team to press, work hard, intense from minute 1 to the 90th minute. That's what Hansi Flick wants to do. And let's not forget, last season, one major deficiency in the Barcelona setup was how they pressed. And it was because last season they couldn't get their player Rafinha as available as possible. He suffered 3 muscle injuries in one season. And at the crucial stage of the season against Atletico Madrid at the Champions League quarterfinals, Barca went on an international break, or the Barcelona players went on an international break, and Rafinha came back injured. He couldn't play in that game, and you could see both legs, Barca really missed Rafinha in the whole setup and what really went on against Atletico Madrid. So Barca does not want to repeat that mistakes where at some point they are going to miss a key player in attack. But always there will be players who are ready to play if the key players are not there. And there is one thing Hansi Flick wants to build in Barcelona. He wants to build a setup where those coming up from bench are similar in quality to those already in the starting lineup. And I think in modern football, it's something you have to do. Luis Enrique is doing the same thing at Paris Saint-Germain. At some point, if there's a substitution of Paris Saint-Germain, those who come in from the bench is having a similar qualities as those in the starting lineup or those on the pitch already. So that was what Hansi Flick wants next season. Let's not forget, he wants to win the Champions League with Barcelona, and he's trying his possible best to get the Arsenals as possible to be able to compete next season. But Gerard Romero came to report a certain news about the whole Karim Adeyemi deal, and he was saying the Karim Adeyemi deal might affect Rafinha's stance at Barcelona, which is making someone like Rooney Badji and also Rafinha's stay in Barcelona uncertain. But for me, I don't truly believe in that. Rafinha continues to be a key player for Barcelona. Barcelona wants to keep Rafinha. Rafinha too wants to stay in Barcelona. So I think it's about getting squad depth in terms of attack. That's what Hansi Flick wants right now, because there are some games Barca will need to do a certain amount of rotation in a game, and with rotations you have to get quality on bench. Last season at some point, if they switch the camera to the Barcelona bench, you will see Barca lacked quality in depth in terms of bench. So Barca will need an in-depth quality at the bench to be able to win and help them win competition and also compete in major competitions. Let's not forget, at some point you need to rest some players in La Liga games to be able to compete in Barcelona midweek, in the Champions League midweek rather. So you don't need to, have limited squad, and if you do Champions League, then your players are fatigued, some are tired, some are injured. It's not going to help. So Hansi Flick will need to have a balanced setup, a setup with quality in depth in terms of the bench and also the starting 11 to be able to help him compete. So there's one thing going on in Barcelona, and it seems Inter Miami is on the verge of agreeing terms with the Cabo Verde goalkeeper Vozinha. Vozinha gave an impressive performance in the World Cup, and in the World Cup, everyone saw how impressive Vozinha was in the World Cup, making things difficult for the Argentine national team, for the Spanish national team, for the Uruguayan national team, and against Saudi Arabia, the impressive performance he gave. So Inter Miami is on the verge of agreeing, terms and also signing the keeper Vozinha to be the Inter Miami's goalkeeper next season. So it will be amazing. About five days ago, he was up against Lionel Messi, trying to shatter the dream of the Argentine national team and Lionel Messi. And now this same goalkeeper is going to be signed for Barcelona. For Inter Miami. It's very interesting right now. And one funny thing is, or one happy moment for Barcelona that's Joao Cancelo. After they dragging a deal with the Al Hilal over the 10 million, Barca has finally agreed to pay the 10 million. The deal is 95% done. It left with some final details of the deal, and the deal will be done. And it's going to be an amazing thing for Club FC Barcelona to get Cancelo. At least it will help Ali Badi grew very well, and it will also help a player like Cancelo, bring competition into the setup. Badi needed competition in the course of the season, and Cancelo came in, gave him that competition, and I think it will help him step up. And at some point, the fitness issue of Badi was alarming. When you are getting to the important part of the season, Ali Badi will just get hurt, and isn't that good to have a player who wouldn't be there in terms of availability? So Cancelo will offer you availability and also competition, and he will also mentor Alejandro Balde to grow very well in the Barcelona setup. So I think it's a great news, and it's a win for Barcelona, and also it's a win for Cancelo, because he needed to leave Al very badly, and he has come back to Barcelona. So this is what is going on in the major transfers in Barcelona and also in Inter Miami. Make sure you like, subscribe, put us on post notification, so when we drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. I'm out.